Is it time? God. You missed. Is it time? Hey, everybody. Dak Prescott is headed up to here with Jerry's tomfoolery. Mike McCarthy's giving me reasons to celebrate, though. This is DLLS Cowboys podcast, and it starts meow. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. It's time for episode 5, the final episode of the week, DLLS Cowboys podcast. I'm Jeff Kavanaugh, alongside my friends, Mr. Fourth and Long, former Cowboys wide receiver, Jesse. Jesse Holly.
I got called pretty today.
By?
Well, the full statement was, I'm pretty effing annoying, but I only focus on the positive parts.
Okay. All right, I was going to say.
There's just proverb. Here it is.
I was going to say you got called pretty today. I was going to.
Yeah. That's Clarence Hill, who I don't want to say too much about, but we celebrated Clarence last night.
El Presidente
of the DFW chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists.
You say African American.
NABJ.
No,
the National African American Broadcasting Journalists of Black. Clarence is the president of doing good stuff in the world as of yesterday. Congratulations.
And I want to thank you guys for coming out and supporting and being there. That meant a lot to me. And we introduced our team. At least there's 3 members of the team that showed up.
Aisha's over on the couch.
He had a commitment. But somebody was tired. Anyway,
I always had
we're gonna put on blast right now.
Somebody was tired, but thank you guys for showing up. Listen, I'm all about family, and if you with me, we family. I'm loyal to my family, and so I appreciate you guys showing up.
Well, let me hold $5.
See, that's the kind of family that's what I'm talking about.
Is that a paying job?
One thing I wanted addendum. You said the last show of the week, last show of the first week.
Yes.
Last show of the first week.
The first week. It's been a great week.
We need to thank y'all.
Yes.
Because the way it has been received and how quickly this is happening and growing is because of you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
And also mash the like button. Make sure that you're subscribed and make sure that you're following all of the podcasts wherever you get your podcasts.
And I got one thing. I'm doing this show with heavy heart. Last night we found out, if you're in Dallas, it's a big story today. A Dallas police officer was killed in line of duty last night. He's a friend of mine, a fraternity brother of mine. Members of my fraternity and his family, the Dallas family, are very mourning the loss of Darren Burks. He was on the force less than a year. He was on the street less than 6 months.
Wow.
And he was killed last night in the line of duty. So heavy hearts, Omega chapter, gone too soon.
Yeah. Thank you to our men and women who are out there protecting and serving. It's a thankless job, and it's absolutely a dangerous job. And a lot of times all you want to do is just make sure you get home. And unfortunately, tragedy strikes sometimes. So shout out to all our men and women who are protecting us out there in the police force.
That's very, very sad, and also makes it very, very awkward to transition and introduce Joe.
Tell them something, Joe!
Hey, Joe Hoyt's here.
Hey, guys. Happy to be here. I'm going to do a proverb, though, maybe to lighten up the mood a little bit.
Okay,
let's go. I actually wrote it down. So, Kati, can we get a little shot here?
One shot?
Basically, it's not the size of the Dwindledorf in the fight,
but
the size of the fight in the Dwindledorf.
Yes.
Okay? So just keep that in mind as you take your daily
Lord of the Rings.
Harry
Potter. Sorry.
That's not from anything. You combine dwarfs and Dumbledore, and it's not really from anything, and that's fine.
I'm avoiding copyright.
And his original was about the dog in the fight and fighting the dog. So I don't know what we got.
Thanks, Clarence. No one knew that.
I mean, what are we doing here? Dwindledorfs.
Yeah, no one had any idea.
Dwindledorf. What is a Dwindledorf? Hey, I've never watched Harry Potter, so I didn't know what we're talking about.
That's okay.
Oh my.
I'm not the only one.
You can start.
Nope. Not for me.
Yesterday cracked me up in the world of the Cowboys because I enjoyed a lot when CD posted his picture of the Venom version when Spider-Man turns heel. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Dak has been through the contract thing with Jerry before,
Right.
where you see what happens, where it's like, I love you, you're the best, we love our quarterback. And then it's like, hey, there's contract negotiations, and things start coming out in the paper about how you can't pay the quarterback. And so Dak's been through this before. And so now yesterday cracked me up because he started firing shots. And I love it. The drama. Jerry does it on purpose. And I don't know for sure if this is Dak legitimately being like, okay, if you want to, we can. Right. Or if like Dak now fires shots, and when they see each other the next day, Jerry's like, that was good. Dak's like, I know what it is. Right. Like, I don't know for sure which way it's going. But let me go through the quotes first. And then because you guys were there, and Clarence, I heard you in the audio words. You're talking to Dak.
Right.
You're the one telling
You're
him,
the
like,
instigator.
what else?
As always.
He had the great follow-up questions.
You're the instigator.
Great
So,
follow-up
The
questions.
prognosticator.
Let's go to the original, because I believe the original that matters here is a Jerry quote from the other day when he said, you could easily say if you haven't seen it by now, you haven't seen it. I'm such a fan of Dak. I appreciate all the great things that we all know are there, and I appreciate his work ethic probably more than anything. So you could easily say if you haven't seen it by now, you haven't seen it. That's a shot fired. And then when you say that you appreciate my work ethic more than anything, I am 70% offended. I'd be like, thank you for recognizing that I work hard. That's great. But then the other part of me is like, man, you're saying I'm not that good or talented.
Right. Like, don't mean to be sexist, but when you lead with a girl, you say she works hard or she's a good person.
Yeah.
You're not talking about her looks.
Oh, you're not. She's not hot, huh? And so Dak's quotes were, I stopped honestly listening to things Jerry Jones says to the media a long time ago. It doesn't really hold weight with me. Pew, pew. And then when Clarence kept him going, like, do you have to have a deal done before the season? He said, I think it says a lot if it is or isn't. Right. And then you asked him,
what if it isn't?
What? And he said, just how people feel. And then you asked him, which people? And he said, I don't know, smiling. And so
he had a huge smile too.
What was the next one?
And I said, you know what you're doing here? And he said, yes, I know.
Okay.
You opened the door.
I said, you know what you're opening the door to. That's what I said.
Yeah.
You know what you're opening the door to right now. He said, yes, I know. So as you said, and it may be genius on Jerry and Dak's part because Jerry likes to push the envelope.
Yep.
He likes to stir things up to get the media talking. Well, Dak stirred things up and got the world talking about his interview yesterday.
Okay, so now, and you can take it wherever you want, and you guys can bounce off in whatever way you want. But I do want to throw out there that I now believe, because of what Dak did yesterday, that there's going to be a deal done before the season starts. I believe that. I now believe that, and I didn't before. I was kind of like, yeah, and plus hearing people say they don't think it will. I just, watching Dak, my initial reaction in my head is, oh, he's willing to push like that because he knows it's happening. Because the other side of that is, well, probably even more fun to talk about. If it doesn't get fun, or if it doesn't get done, it gets even more fun.
Well, you were there. So
I think one thing we got to think about with the Dak Prescott negotiations, we talked about this with CD Lamb, how hard it was and how tough it was. And that was his first time going through it. And he said, I'll be prepared for the next one. Dak's been prepared for this. He's been through this, right?
Well, no quarterback's ever had more leverage in a contract negotiation than Dak right this second.
No
one ever in the history of the league.
Yeah, and the thing about it, too, is like everything Dak has said this offseason has been conscientious when it comes to contract negotiations. I've been kind of terming it as like shots across the bow of the negotiation table. I almost call it like a Cold War between Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott because both know what, probably could be done, but they're both prepared to do what, might have to be done. When Dak said at training camp, hey, by the way, I'm going to say this, he looked right at a Cowboys PR member and said, fine, I'll do it. And he said, a lot of QBs don't finish their careers with the team that they started, a lot of great QBs. He's basically been saying this whole time, he's been very, I think, choosy with his words. I could leave. I have the leverage. Right. Don't forget that.
Right. He's been very deliberate with his words. And it's not, or rated G Dak anymore, so to speak. And Dak is
Company man Dak is not here.
Company man said the right things. I'm going to do, go back to everything from that. He said the right thing, right, lockstep with the company, said the right things. He's not saying PC things anymore about this situation. And again, Dak is numb to Jerry's talk, numb to Jerry's mumbo jumbo. He's numb to it all, you know. And again, is it a venom turn? Is a
Make that
villain
heel
turn,
turn,
the
baby.
heel
Let's
turn,
go.
or whatever it is? Now, there's no question Dak's going to work hard and do it, and he's been there. And he's been a great teammate.
Great work ethic, Clarence.
Great work
He has a
ethic.
great work
And
ethic.
We need
great
53
leader
of
in the
them.
locker room. But when it comes to the money, he's been cold-blooded like Jerry. And he was cold-blooded yesterday in his response to Jerry.
Yeah.
Cold-blooded.
Uh-huh.
This means nothing.
What means that?
There's a chance.
This comment means nothing. This is two people who have been married for a very long time. Dak has sat there.
You didn't see the War of Roses in, huh, before your time?
What do you
I
say?
don't even know what that is.
What are your words?
The War of Roses.
Who is that?
For who?
Listen,
For what?
Stop with the black. You watch TV
No,
and TV went off. When you watch
It's
TV,
an old school movie
TV went
where
off.
This couple were married.
You gotta
and they lived
stop.
in the same house.
You
They
got-
fought all the time.
You gotta
It's
stop.
not a black movie.
You gotta stop with the black and white
Lucy,
movies.
I'm home.
And so, no, I'm glad that you said that because it reminded me of the whole Ralph Cramden, like he used to always be like, you're straight to the moon.
Who is that? Is
The
that
honeymooners. No,
Oh,
that's I Love Lucy. But the
Oh, my
honeymooners, right? And Alice would be like, yeah, whatever. Like after a certain, you're not sending me to the moon. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna huff and you're gonna puff like you're gonna blow the house down, but you're gonna do nothing. And I think Dak's like, listen, y'all, like, whatever. Like I've heard this talk. We just sat and watched for the fourth time Jerry huff and puff about these contracts, and then when it came time, he crumbled.
Yeah.
His house wasn't made of bricks. Dak has already been through it. He's already been through it. So when Jerry gets out here and he makes these statements, Dak's like, I've been tied and married to this dude for the last 9 years. What he say to y'all ain't what he's saying to me. What he says out here in this public thing, he's singing a different tune in the room.
Right.
He's singing a whole different tune in the room.
Right.
It ain't the same conversation. So Dak's like, listen, y'all can play however y'all want to play with this thing, but I'm good.
I agree. But sometimes you get tired of the circus, okay? You're tired of the circus. I remember, and this is Jerry, to your point, and I've said this before, Dak's rookie year, 13-3. Jason Garrett says, Dak is our quarterback. We're not going to Romo. Romo has done everything behind the scenes, trying to get his job back. He's not getting his job back. He
Through his
doesn't-
own pity party press conference without telling
the whole
anybody.
pity party press conference. Days, weeks, at the end of the season, leading up to the playoff game, Jerry Jones is coming out to the media every day. I dream of a time when Tony Romo leads us to the Super Bowl. Is that what you want? Is that what your rookie quarterback needs to hear from his owner?
No, but what it is Jerry covering his butt.
No,
It's Jerry saying,
it's Jerry pushing
it's-
the envelope so it can be on SportsCenter every night.
no,
You can talk about the
it's
Cowboys.
Jerry saying to the public, God damn it, I missed it again. And I'm going to try to hope this thing, but behind the scenes, they've moved on.
They have right, but my point is, that circus Dak did not need to hear. Okay, that stuff as a rookie quarterback. You got your team, you got this legend behind you. The coaches said he's our guy, and Jerry is saying Tony Romo's going to lead us to the Super Bowl this offseason and this season. That's not the environment you want to set for your quarterback going into his first playoff game against Aaron Rodgers. And my point is this: Dak has heard this circus stuff, and he's tired of it.
He's hurt. I think we're saying the same thing
Yes.
in a different language.
Yeah, but he's tired of it. So you're saying he's heard it. He already knows he's gonna get paid.
He knows he's going to get, like, that's the point.
And my point is, if he doesn't get paid,
And
I'm ready to walk.
And you can be as loquacious and you can be as boisterous in this moment when I've already made $157 million. Like however this thing works.
But you don't think this moment matters? Like, I think this moment matters because I think that was Dak putting pressure on
Yeah,
Jerry that
yeah.
you have 10 days.
Season- yeah,
and, if
season-
it doesn't happen in
the
those
pressure,
10 days,
the pressure's already there.
But it matters in this respect. There's only so far or so much Jerry wants to spend. And I'm telling you, if it gets to March and it's an open battle because Pro Football Talk just posted that Dak Prescott will be the biggest free agent if he gets to March since Reggie White.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since Reggie White, and if it gets there,
Who's the last top 7 quarterback in his prime?
A money number that Jerry may not be able to go to.
Absolutely.
And so that's why it's important because Dak understands. Do what you want to do. I'm ready to walk if I have to.
Yeah.
I want to be here. It's my childhood favorite team. I grew up rooting for the Cowboys, but I'm ready to walk if I have to.
Yeah, he might have grew up waiting for the Cowboys, but as you know, in every language, green is the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
Well, his green is coming regardless. So, Jerry, you got 10 days to convince me not to get to March when you're going to now have to match what the world will give me.
Yes.
And that's what makes it hard on the Cowboys now is he already knows that's coming. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's
call
crazy because
you
you hear all these people talking about, well, Dak needs to prove something. He shouldn't pay him. He's not worth that. Fine. Don't pay him. Somebody else is going to pay him.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
You're not stopping Dak from getting paid.
Correct.
Stephen A., everybody, I've been watching all these shows. He ain't done nothing. He shouldn't get this kind of money. That's fine. The Cowboys, somebody's going to pay him.
100%. And a lot of money.
A lot of money. Maybe
All
he'll
the
take a
money.
discount, go to San Francisco, kick your ass, and win a Super Bowl. Jerry, what about that?
Or New York, can't play it twice a year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe start beating you in New York. That'd be fun.
And then Jameis Winston comes here.
Come on. Yeah. 30 touchdowns, 30 picks. Let's go. Fun
Shohei
football.
Ohtani, baby,
Eating
50-50.
Clarence had an embarrassing moment with Zeke and CD yesterday, and Mike McCarthy's giving me reasons to celebrate. That's next on the DLLS Cowboys Show.
But first, I want to ask you guys a question. When you are trying to get the lowest price of anything, wouldn't you just go straight to that point? You don't want to check. The
You
market.
work for Jerry Jones. I'm sorry.
And we're
I'm
not
sorry.
stealing? We don't want to steal.
No, we're not stealing. No 5-finger discounts here. But But when you're trying to get a ticket, might as well go to the lowest price possible. So that's why you go to Game Time. Game Time hooks you up. Got the lowest price guarantee. They got Game Time ticket coverage. You could even get tickets right away, right before the game starts. It's that easy. Check the panoramic seat view at your seat so you know you're getting a good spot. Game Time is something I've used personally for a long time. I used it even last week, and I'm here to highly recommend it. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. That's $20 off. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DLLS for $20 out.
Let's get it. Let's
Good
get
read,
some
good read, good read.
tickets.
Thank you. Appreciate
Let's get
you.
We don't have to compliment the... But it was. I thought it was a great job, too.
Thank you.
Clarence, prepare to compliment me. I want to talk to you about our friends at Sleeper, okay? And the code that you're going to need for this one, DLLS Boys.
Boys.
So the Sleeper app, what it is I once upon a time knew it as where I hosted the fantasy football leagues that I played in, and it's awesome for that. But it now allows you to put your knowledge to the test in every game by picking whether your favorite or maybe your least favorite players will have more or less than their projected stats each week, which would make it so fun to have Jameis on the team. Over yards, over touchdowns, over picks, over fumbles, over sacks. Let's go. Last night you could have taken Shedeur Sanders. Do you think he's going to have more or less passing yards than projected? Travis Hunter. Do you think he's going to have more of everything? Because he's amazing. And you can take those picks, the more you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times your money. So download the Sleeper app, use the code DLLS Cowboys, get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See their terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Check out Sleeper today. Now, we got some running back stuff I want to do today. By the way, say hello to former badass Aisha Morrison, currently a wonderful analyst into the All-22 and the tape study and the draft stuff, all of those things. But she won't let me call her a badass. So Two Eyes, Aisha is a former badass. Hey, Aisha.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
You got one big earring and one little earring.
Yes.
It's a dice.
Yep.
Yeah. You never know what you're going to get.
Oh, don't play.
But, okay.
F around
Okay,
and
so you
find
do
out.
want us to be afraid.
Yep.
You do want us to
I
be
don't know how to play dice, y'all.
Shoot dice.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
A
Is 7 good
spades.
on your first? Is 7 good on your first roll?
Is that what you into? Is that?
I play craps.
I
in
play
Vegas.
CeeLo. I'm from Jersey.
Oh, 7 is a.
See,
I thought 7 your first
is
one
good
was
on your
money.
first roll.
Now
And
y'all
then
speaking
if
another language to me.
See, no, 7 you crap out if you roll a
So
non-7.
if you
You
don't
want
know
to
how
roll.
to play dice. Why do you have dice? Is the question.
Cause it's just it's
Roll and test your luck with her.
yeah.
But she don't know how to play dice. So I mean, why is dice?
Clarence,
Okay, so
I'm convinced you want to fight me.
Is
She
that-
said, "Pray with me, don't play with me."
Is that not a natural question though?
No.
I'm all about natural questions.
If you're a hater, yes.
Oh,
It's not hating. It's a natural question.
I knew that you guys eventually were going to get here, and it was just a matter of will she hit you? And so far, she has not. And
I'm
this is
not
our
gonna
fifth
hit.
show.
I respect my elders.
Ooh.
Chad Ochocinco.
Not enough
Jeff,
to
where
come
are you?
last
I'm
night.
outside baggage claim. Hey,
Clarence.
I've been trying to get to Ochocinco and pick him up at the airport,
Where's Chad?
but I don't think it worked. I was hoping to get him here.
I texted him. I
Texted
quote,
him?
not texted him. I quote tweeted him too,
Oh.
trying to get him here.
Yeah.
I hit up. So Shannon's here. They got some big show
yeah,
tonight
right across the street.
It's
at House of Blues.
Oh.
I want to
don't
go
know,
to
Shannon.
there.
Oh, are they
I
doing
was
the
trying-
nightcap?
Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
get a bottle of the Portier.
Oh, okay. I want to
Listen,
talk.
Go get a bottle.
You're making it very hard to beat the allegations against you.
What allegation?
When everybody said you be
What's the Portier?
no sipping that thing.
Yeah, no, I'm a social drinker. Though. I'm
Okay.
drinking home by myself.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's not drunk. Well, he might still be, but he hadn't been drinking today.
Not,
Unless you
was
just
not
count
drunk
after
last night.
midnight.
Stop it.
Running back.
Yeah. So I want to
got
talk about
you.
some running back stuff. I heard some things from Mike McCarthy yesterday. Dalvin Cook talked yesterday. So one of those things has me excited. But Clarence, you also told me that you had an embarrassing story with Zeke and CD in the locker room, and I was like, well, Zeke's a running back, so he fits in the running back talk. So go.
This is embarrassing.
Perfect.
Wait.
It's not embarrassing. It
Perfect.
is what it is. So I'm talking to CD, and I'm like, CD, you have not stopped smiling. You have not stopped smiling. He just sit there, Colgate smile, off the, deep off the record. He said,
I'm rich, Clarence.
I said, you need to get a Colgate commercial. He said, they've called. he said, he said they called. I'm trying to, I might be doing off season because he has a great smile. You know that. And so we're having this conversation about the Colgate commercial and all this other stuff. And I said, you have a beautiful smile. And then Zeke says, never let a man tell you have a beautiful smile. Don't you ever let a man tell you got a beautiful smile. What's wrong with y'all?
Toxic
Then it gets
masculinity.
Very toxic.
Then it gets Turpin involved. And, so now me and CD in the arc. I'm like, come on, man, stop.
It's not like you said you got a pretty mouth.
Right.
Yeah, that's
That's wild.
that would be pushing it. I don't even know if as a
Zeke,
woman I want to hear
never
that.
let a man tell you have a beautiful. Zeke, can we do an interview? You have not talked to us in 3 weeks. He's not done an interview in 3 weeks.
Can I tell you,
want to get involved in this smile conversation in the locker room, but you won't talk to the press.
Can I tell you I appreciate that?
Why?
Because to me, it's weird that he's here. I think the signing never made sense. I don't think he can really help your football team. And so I appreciate that he is here like low key. And it's not like he's not out there and boisterous and whatever, because it's like, no, I'm here to play football and do whatever they ask me
It seems
to
like
do.
he knows that
And
too.
I don't want it, like, I'm not looking for a spotlight.
Yeah,
no
he's been
doubt.
low
I
key.
appreciate that from him because of where he is.
Talking to the Cowboys PR stuff, that's his point. He said, I'm tired of people asking me, how does it feel to be back?
Right.
And how all this, because nothing's happened, and he hasn't had a chance to play. But our point is, that's the point.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. You haven't had a chance to play. We need to talk to you about your role and all the other stuff because
That's fair.
you have not played in the preseason. Everybody else is, even Rico, everybody's seen snaps in the preseason to show what they have. They don't use you a lot in practice.
He only plays the hits.
He definitely plays it, but they don't use it. He doesn't get a lot of reps in practice. And we've asked Mike McCarthy, how do y'all know Zeke still has it? We have not seen anything.
And I think that's everyone's question, and there's no answer. And the fact that they haven't shown us or made him show it is really weird to me.
That's my thing too. Is like I think there's a lot of opinions as to Zeke being here. Some people are like you are, Jeff, and some people
Schoonmaker.
are actually happy
I didn't want to say the word he said.
about it. But I will say, like, we can only go off the film that we have, and the film that we have from last year, the most recent film, shows him doing some things in the receiving game. We know New England's offensive line is not good. Got it. But that's the film we have to go off of. So it's like, stop trying to convince me that I'm wrong for wondering what this player is if we haven't gotten any tangible information from him in training camp and in preseason now. We're going into the season not knowing nothing about his role at this point.
Miss Super Scout, Mr. Super Scout, because y'all watch film.
All right.
How does he look? Did he look different in New England than he did his last year in Dallas when he played with the injury, but he also had 12 rushing touchdowns. What did you see differently between 22 and 23?
Well, the biggest thing was the fact that they used him in the receiving game more than I think that the Cowboys ever did. Just letting him do some things, catching the ball out of the backfield, doing some things in the flats.
Well, he left the receptions.
Yeah. We don't. The Cowboys, and again, that might have been out of necessity. I mean, the pass pro was still there. They did some goal line things with him. He didn't look bad. I'm not going to sit up here and act like Zeke just looked terrible last year. Whatever.
Is, though.
I didn't think he looked. I didn't think he looked bad.
He wasn't terrible.
It's just in comparison to what you see across. When I look at the Lions running back room, this is, every room has a dude. So it doesn't matter. Like, other teams in the NFL are doing the by committee thing. That's just the nature of the position right now. However, you look at some of the real good teams, they at least have a dude that you fear that is actually an all-around good back, and I just don't know if we have that yet, unless Rico.
Except the Chiefs, they don't have a dude, but they got some good guys.
Yeah, and they tried, and that's the thing about running back is wild because they tried to get a dude. They used a first-round pick.
Exactly.
He wasn't a dude.
But they don't have a dude.
Right, and
he just runs hard.
Yeah, no, the dude is fun though. He does.
No,
but he's not a dude.
But they literally just got a running back in this draft, Carson Steele, he's a fullback, but he's a dog as well.
Yeah, but
he was a lower round pick.
We're talking about a dude, though.
Right, we're talking about a 1,300
okay,
yard, 5
so
yard.
a young dude.
You talking about a dude?
A dude.
They not a dude.
Hey, but the Chiefs are an anomaly because they can get away with that.
Right.
They don't need.
Everybody ain't got no play caller like they do.
Early in his career, Zeke did catch a lot of passes as a rookie, out of the backfield. He caught a lot of passes because they had no receivers.
Yeah, and
they had no receivers. They had no quarterback.
And their run scheme isn't super creative as well.
It
doesn't put him in a position to do anything fancy either.
It's the same thing as Dalvin Cook. The answer is they're slow.
Oh, Lord.
The answer is they don't move like they used to.
I don't know if Dalvin's slow.
Well, no, Dalvin in a straight line is fast.
Yeah.
Dalvin is no longer evasive.
So when I was
Dalvin can't break tackles or evade tackles.
When I was talking to somebody, they were talking about old running backs, and he can still have a straight line speed. When you get older, though, you get to the hole, and you used to get through the hole, you'd be a 20-yard run. Now you get tripped up, and it's a 4-yard run.
Yeah. You used to step out of that tackle and evade the next one.
And so those are things can Dalvin still do.
And I hope
unlike Zeke, because that's Dalvin's game.
Right.
Zeke's game was more of a power game. Dalvin's game was more of a make or miss and quick game.
And that's you weren't in studio for that, but that's kind of what we talked about the other day. It was the combination of what will this offensive line be with the rookies in place, and then having the running backs be able to play off of that, right? Because when you're a running back, the running back term is slow to fast through, meaning that I want to be slow and allow the hole to open up. But then when I get that, I gotta go. And so now you're kind of almost playing this chess match of, will the offensive line be able to hold these holes open long enough for the running backs who don't have the burst that they once did to get to them and through them for the positive yard that you need.
Yes, and we were talking to Mike McCarthy about that. He was talking about, how we're this close and you got to get through there.
Yeah.
Even closer. And he also talked about the power, and they want Zeke to run in the phone booth. They, and he may still have that power, but it's about running in the phone booth in the NFL. I would say this about the offensive line. I think one reason why they think they could be better with this group than they were last year, because I think this would be a better run blocking group up front.
Right.
Okay. BB is going to be a better run blocker than Tyler Biadasz. Okay. And as much as we love the career of Tyron Smith, much we love the career of Tyron Smith.
Eventually it gets hard to get down there and keep pushing people when your old body doesn't want to.
Tyler Guy would be a better run blocker starting off than Tyron Smith was last year. And so the running game has a chance to be better because the blocking will be better.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on, I agree with you, Clarence, but I wanted to say that the interior of the offensive line is where I think is going to be your strength. Your tackles both have athleticism, so they can get out and do things in space. But I think, and also too, even Mike McCarthy said last year he wants to do more inside zone. So you're going to see them do a lot of things in the interior. So because that's the strength, maybe, to your point, Jesse, about these older running backs maybe not being able just to hit it as hard.
They can push the power.
You'll have a little bit more time maybe in the interior as opposed to the tackles.
And that's where it is, because you're talking. I'm sorry, you're talking about the interior, but those two guards are elite.
Yeah, you're the best guard in football. Yeah.
Yes.
Elite. That tandem is elite.
So they're gonna.
You add in BB, who's a nasty, mauling, who likes to dirt people. That push up front in that fullback So there's a chance that you can. Again, there's no juice, between the two. There's not a big play, but can you be productive? Can you get 3-4 yard runs?
That's why I hadn't even got to the part that had me the most excited. The only reason I actually wanted to talk running backs today was because Mike McCarthy yesterday was like, "Oh yeah, you're going to see Rico Dowdle. We're going to dial back those special team snaps because of the workload that he's going to have." And I immediately had, McFadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping us now. I got so happy.
We're on the move.
All I want is the guy who might make an explosive play and who is the best runner to get the ball.
That's fair.
If Zeke's deal is that I think he can pass protect, I think he can catch, I think he can punch it in on the goal line, sweet, let's get it. But when we got the ball on the 30 and it's 1st and 10 and when it is 2nd and 5 and when it is whatever, Rico's the best runner, and I'm just happy that the coach said that his workload is going to be a reason we're going to dial back the special teams. We're going to give it to the guy who still has legs.
And one thing that Rico talked about is that they're going to keep him fresh. You won't see a guy out there for 7 or 8 plays at a time. And so they're going to rotate him through to keep him fresh. And that includes all the running backs. And hopefully that means Deuce as well.
It's always interesting when you talk about how guys are going to be deployed. Because there's one thought frame, and then there's the game. Because you may not want a guy to be out there 6-7 plays, but at that position, the more plays that you play, the better you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah.
So you turn 28 years old and tired.
I know what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I'm talking about, but for a guy like Rico, right?
Yeah,
it's like
getting a groove.
That's running back is how you get into it. I gotta. If you put me on the field for 3 plays and take me off. And then I don't see it to another series again. Now I have to recalibrate what I last did 2 series ago in this series, and now they have changed. And so it behooves you to kind of leave the guy in there to do it, but we'll see how it happens.
Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys show, we did some of the things we were most concerned about with the 53-man roster yesterday, which means today is some of the groups we feel the best about. Throw those at us in the chat. If you're watching right now on YouTube, make sure that you're hitting the thumbs up. We appreciate it if you smash the like button and you subscribe. That would be wonderful. And coming up next, the groups that we are feeling the best about is where we're going to go. But first, I want to talk to you about my friends at Z Biotics. The promo code you need is DLLS Cowboys. Got to tell you about the game-changing product, and it's what I'm going to use tonight before a night out that's going to involve some drinks. It's called Z Biotics Pre-Alcohol. Pre-alcohol is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut, and it's that byproduct, not dehydration, that is to blame for your rough next day. Pre-alcohol produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Just remember to make Z Biotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. I will be using it tonight. Vacations, weddings, birthdays, reunions, whatever. Get the most out of your summer plans by stocking up on pre-alcohol now. Go to zbiotics.com/DLLS Cowboys, and you'll get 15% off your first order when you use DLLS Cowboys at checkout. Pre-alcohol backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. zbiotics.com/DLLS Cowboys. Use the code DLLS Cowboys at checkout, 15% off. Thank you, Z Biotics, for being our friend.
Appreciate you, Z Biotics. And I'll talk about our other friends at FOCO. Look at behind us. We got some stuff that FOCO gave us. Yeah, we got stuff. So get fitted out in the best sports gear around. Hoodies, shoes, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between. Go into a basketball game or a hockey game. Show off your love for your team with team-branded friendship. We need to get friendship bracelets.
I would love a team-branded
We need to get a
friendship.
Team DLLS Cowboys team-branded. We're going to hit up FOCO about that. We're gonna there's something for every fan for every occasion. FOCO has donated a few, like I said, a few out to our thing up here. Head over to FOCO. Use our promo code DLLS to get 10% off your next offer. So get your man cave right, get your locker right, get your studio right, whatever that is. Head on over to FOCO. What's that?
They got all sorts of stuff. They got overalls. Some plaid cowboy overalls.
I would take some DLLS plaid
We
Cowboys.
gotta get some overalls for the tailgate
Let's get it.
when we have
Let's get
tailgates.
Some over-under overalls when we do a little FOCO betting.
Not wearing that. FOCO. Go over there and get that stuff. DLLS. Get 10% off.
All right, now. Yesterday we did some of our negatives. We're looking for you guys in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate those of you who are subscribed, who are mashing the thumbs up button, and who are interacting. You guys are great. We're looking for the things about this team that you feel the best about. Because yesterday was concerns, and concerns are sad and negative. And now it's ain't no stopping us now. Now it's time to party. Now it's time for the good stuff, the things you're excited about, the groups that you look out there and you go, or something like, you don't have to make that sound, but whatever.
That sounded like the Grinch.
What?
You sounded like the Grinch.
The Grinch was a butthead.
Yeah, but the laugh was Grinchy.
I was trying to be nice.
I don't know if it was Grinchy.
I
You're a
thought
jerk.
it was. It felt.
I thought it was just a little crazy, but
You're a jerk.
I'm sorry.
You're being mean, Aisha.
I'm gonna throw one out. Okay.
Go ahead.
I've been doing it. I've been doing this since probably my third day that I was out at training camp because it was over and over and over and over. Yesterday it was like, man, who's gonna pass rush outside of Micah and then whatever you get from Tank and Nealon? It's like, how are we gonna get the sacks that we're used to getting in? The one group on this team that I'm looking at the depth and just like, are you kidding me? Especially considering it's the Cowboys, and so this is very foreign to them. Their safety group is awesome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they legit have 4 starting safeties where you might have a guy that's starting that shouldn't be.
Ooh.
And not that he's not a good player. Like Malik Hooker, I like a lot. Malik Hooker has always been kind of a rangy ball hawk kind of guy. And Donovan Wilson's always kind of been a down in the box, hit people kind of guy. I want everybody to be able to cover. That's what I want. And the Cowboys have 2 backup safeties that can cover and can thump. Every day, Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas make plays. Every preseason game, Marquise Bell and Wanye Thomas make plays. Your backup safeties might be better than your starting safeties. Like, I think Malik Hooker is the best free safety on this roster. But if you just added them both up and tried to like Madden score how they are at everything, it's the depth that they have there is goofy. And I'm glad. I'm glad they didn't try to move anybody to maybe that's where you could have if you wanted to reinforce something. But that is the position group where literally you could have a guy pull a hammy, another guy pull a calf, and I don't think you're getting worse. Like, what other position group could anybody say that about?
I mean, in a good way, no. Because, I mean, running backs, you might lose someone and you just plug in a guy that is 29 years old and similar. But
yeah, that's true. Yeah, when you have a redundancy.
Yeah.
But I was talking about good players.
Yeah. But not in a good way. Yeah. I mean, it's safety. I mean, the fact that you're even asking the question of like, wait, could these backups be better is a great thing for a team to have. I mean, that depth that they have is insane. Julius Wood just kind of went to a situation where he probably didn't have much of a chance, and he made it.
Sorry, we got 4 starters.
Yeah, and like good for him for even making it a conversation. There's a reason why the Tennessee Titans claimed him. I think safety, to your point, Jeff, probably the strongest and deepest on this team, frankly. And then linebacker, I don't know the top end strength per se, but they got a lot of depth there too. The fact that they have 8 linebackers between this active roster and the practice squad means that they have something they didn't have last year. I just always go back to Jordan Love going on Micah Parsons' podcast.
It hurt.
After beating the Cowboys and saying, hey, we knew exactly what we were going to do against you because we looked in your linebacker group and we saw one guy. So we were just going to run the ball over and over again, go play action, and we were going to beat you, and that's exactly what kind of happened.
So yours is linebacker?
Linebacker for me, like, not the top end talent per se, but I just think the fact that they have depth and the fact that they could plug in guys and the fact that they have a leader in Eric Kendricks who knows this system very, very well, who is, I mean, you talk to guys that I think it's impressive, and Jesse, you could probably touch on this, when guys come in as free agents and just kind of command a position group right away. And Eric Kendricks has done that with the Cowboys linebackers.
And I do think that I think there's kind of a wild card in that group. I need Kendricks to stay healthy and stay out there. Because Damone Clark he was awesome in camp.
Back at practice, by the way, yesterday.
Okay. And Damone Clark was awesome in practices. It changes when he has the green dot. When it's his job to make sure everybody else knows what they're doing and do their jobs, he doesn't do his job as freely or as well or as fast. And so, like, I think Kendricks being out there is really important. I think Overshown might be a star. Leofau will come along.
Right.
But I think that group is, and you guys, if you want to, can take the conversation that way, where it's like, to me, that group is super interesting and
Very
intriguing. and
Oh, yeah.
potentially super fun.
No, yeah, you got a couple of guys that can. Well, first of all, I think mostly all of them can cover to some degree, so that kind of mediates people trying to attack you there, which people did a lot. They whooped your tail there. You got some guys in there that can cover. And to Joe's point, I do think that you have some guys that could emerge as stars. And then, but overall, starting off with this conglomerate of guys is far better than what you was dealing with before. And if you do want to go nickel, you can throw out a Marquise Bell and do some things who can cover as well. But I also think this linebacker core is gonna help out some of the stress that maybe you have with the DT position and some of the stuff going on there. Y'all are taking all the good ones. I'm gonna say that a position of strength to me is our special teams people. Brian Enger's still gonna punt that thing and do his thing.
When we win a game on a 71-yard field goal,
Listen,
it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, and then
It's gonna be wild.
It's insane.
and it's very clear that Aubrey is still a weapon. And when I say a weapon, I mean you don't. Obviously, you want this offense to be good. You want them to be scoring 7s, not 3s. But to know that this guy he can trot out there and get you a 60-yarder, 65-yarder, it also puts in position starting field position and all those stuff. I think in close games that matters. And with special teams coverage, that is the one thing that I'm kind of like, I don't know about. Because I don't know. I think across the NFL, special teams is about to be nuts with all the rules, the new rules and stuff. You saw a lot of guys in preseason not knowing what was going on for real in real life and looking nervous. So
You gotta get the ball bounces in the landing zone and you're in the end zone.
Yes.
The guy grabs the ball and then the refs are looking at him like, you have to
Yes.
go now.
Yes.
It hit in the landing zone. It's like, oh,
You get
okay.
you get like 16 minutes of practice on special teams in the NFL. Like you get one period.
Yeah.
It's like 17 minutes, and you gotta
It's
get
a
all
lot.
the special teams.
And I think
in
I just
get
did that
going.
wrong. I think if it lands in the landing zone and then you get it in the end zone, you can still kneel on it. You just lose 10 yards.
No,
You
yeah.
get the 20 instead of 30. Like, that's a lot of crap
Yeah.
that they're having.
it's a
to
lot of
remember
new
right
stuff.
now.
So this is kind of the guinea pig season. So I do think we're going to see a lot of craziness with special teams. But I do think that when Bones Fossil figures out everything, he's going to get into his bag and start throwing some crazy stuff out there.
I
Because
also-
you know how he get down.
Yeah, I also think he's been prepping for this for a long time.
And
Remember-
he's excited.
yeah, he's one of the guys that
he's
helped
the-
introduce this.
He
I mean,
helped absolutely. So he
Call
definitely
Bones the
got something up his
architect. I mean,
sleeve.
Plus, Bones has always been wild.
He's a little cuckoo for
Like,
Cocoa
if you,
Puffs.
I don't know how many special team coaches this is true about,
Yeah.
but I feel like Bones wants you to notice what he did in the game.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to be over there twice a game. Like, we could fake this. We could fake this. And coach is like, shut up. And he's like, but I'm telling you, I got a good one. We
Yeah.
can fake it. And then people would look at me and be like, Bones did that. he loves him some Bones.
So that's mine. I think the special team specialists are still good, and we saw even in the playoffs that special teams will bite you in the ass if you don't have good guys. So
I think for me, and this is barring any injuries, right? Any more injuries. But boy, and Al Harris I trust.
Oh,
But if there were
talk
no
about it.
injuries, that would probably be the top of the list.
Boy.
Yeah.
And Alfred Harris I trust.
Is it Alfred?
I don't know.
Let me check.
you just renaming people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and
You
say
gonna
it.
check?
I'm going to check.
But
It's Al Shenard.
Al Shenard I trust.
Al Shenard Harris.
And I just have a sneaky suspicion we're about to see the third Cowboy DB
Oh,
lead the league in interceptions.
the muffin.
Hold on.
yeah,
Jesse, I
yeah.
just need to tell you something real quick because I'm going to look this up. I think he only had one interception his whole college
He didn't
career.
have an
Played like 4
interception the
games.
last 2 years.
Right. But the amount of now, Clarence, please. I'm making the hits right now. You
Chill out.
Ain't,
Over
ain't nobody here to come see you, Otis.
You ain't even on camera.
And this is the part of why I love Al Harris is because yes,
He had
didn't
three picks in
didn't
4
have the
years.
interceptions in college. A ton of PBUs.
Ton. Yep.
And the switch that Al Harris can turn off is, listen, son, we're going to turn those PBUs into INTs.
You can coach that.
You can coach that. You can coach that
Well,
instantly.
you guys are real confident people who can't catch just learn to catch.
No.
It's also willingness too.
If all of them could catch, we wouldn't have corners in the NFL.
We have all wide receivers.
We'd have all wide receivers.
So
That's fair.
I think if we don't have any more injuries, I just think that group, I'm believing that Diggs is young enough and skilled enough to get back to form. I love Jordan Lewis. I just love just Detroit tough. You know what I mean? I like being just a 8-mile tough dude. And he makes jokes. I told this girl the other day he don't take advice from people who don't have no top lip. It's hilarious. I love it. I love a good clap back.
Yeah.
And then the young boy's gonna come in, and I think they're gonna have a good group. And to couple that with your safeties, you got good safeties back there with those corners. I think we're gonna be all right.
They're one injury away though from that getting real scary.
Why would you say that?
It's just a fact.
Joe, I just said.
It's just a fact. It's just a fact.
He just
I
claimed
think
already.
the only group that can take an injury.
Yeah.
Smart.
Can take 2.
Is it? Joe.
But you're gonna need your secondary to be good because depending on what type of pressure you get from this defensive line. Now I understand, even with the fact that I know D-end is something we talked about yesterday. Yo, if you're gonna have to blitz, if you're gonna have to bring a linebacker, if you're gonna have to bring a nickel blitz or a safety,
better cover
then
well.
you're gonna be
Taking numbers away
so
from that
hopefully
secondary.
your secondary is gonna have to be sharp if that is how you're gonna have to generate pressure. But I think Michael will draw enough attention to warrant, people making some decisions.
It's a Freaky Friday on DLLS Cowboys, the podcast. We want your questions for the final segment of the broadcast week. You can fire some in. I know we've got some super chats. There's an article in The Athletic pretty much talking about how the Cowboys don't know how to run an organization, which is fun. We can go over.
Oh, my God.
All sorts of fun things coming up in our final segment of the broadcast day on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. And before we get to it, I want to encourage you out there to become a diehard. That's what I want you to do.
Let's do it.
If you guys haven't seen it, the merch, see, we just popped that up there.
Boom.
And you can see, 5 of the shirts?
With the word free?
There are, so when you become a diehard, you do get a free shirt that gets sent to you. And then also with your membership, you get a membership card. You get 20% discount on other merch, 20% discount on events, access to content on the website that is for diehards only, access to, which is now popping off, our Discord server where things do get weird.
And
The Dwindle Dwarfs.
The diehards are in there, and some of y'all are weird in a good way, and some of us are weird in a bad way, but we're having a great time in there.
and the T-shirt is free, but there's other merch on there. Like there's
so much.
There's gonna be hats. There's gonna be we're gonna merch this thing up.
Yeah.
We're gonna merch this thing all the way up. So your T-shirt's free, but you don't gotta stop there. Don't just stop at the free T-shirt. Go back in the store, get something for your brother, your mother, your sister, your cousin. Everybody should be outfitted.
And it'll be 20% off.
And it'll be every single time.
It'll be 20% off. And when we start having our tailgates, when we start having our parties,
Boom.
that'll be 20% off. The diehard membership will pretty much pay for itself within, an event.
Yeah, a T-shirt in an event is paid for.
And Jesse does,
foot
stuff.
I don't. Not in public. Not in public. Not in public. But
On the Discord, though.
If
the
you
Discord.
catch
On the
me
Discord, though, go
if you
check it
catch
out.
me in the Discord.
He's been
It goes down in the Discord. It goes down in the Discord.
All right, Jesse, we have a challenge here.
Okay.
Will in the chat is saying, I will send a $200 super chat if Jesse Holly can name 10 characters from fantasy universes.
I don't think we're getting that 200.
You got to know one now.
Wait, what?
If you can name 10 characters from fantasy stuff I read, universes, we can get $200 for the show.
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
You know one because the word you messed up.
Diffendorf.
Right, now you know the right way to say it, right?
Dumbledore.
Okay. We're not.
Keep your money.
Sorry, Will.
Keep your money.
Sorry, Will.
Yeah. And
Donate it to a charity.
as Ben said, join us in the Discord. We'll talk about Dwinder Dwarfs. We've been doing that a little bit. Do we get invites to Jeff's pool parties? No. Although some of you could.
I'm about to say,
I need to see the profile
You got a
picture.
pool party?
What?
Is he invited?
I ain't had no invite to no pool party.
you're not invited.
We can have one.
I had no invite.
Not even my house.
I didn't get no invite.
What?
Not even my house. Not even my house.
I
Nice
have
one.
I have a pool, yeah.
What?
I,
Hey,
I have a,
DLLS pool party.
Yeah.
time
Coming
pool
up.
party.
you can come over to the house.
I got one rule because I'm tired right now. I'm already tired.
Okay.
Get him a Red Bull.
Quit taking pictures and videos of me and putting them on Twitter to embarrass me. Jesse Holly got me.
No.
You got me parked.
All right,
I didn't get you.
Jesse
All right,
Holly
so
got me.
now that you-
I didn't get you. I look at you. Haven't got me. I look at my phone.
So
my
here, all right,
phone
great.
blowing up.
I'm great. I'm great.
He got. I'm quitting giving y'all content.
Here's
Get
what I
your
love.
own content.
Here's what I love. And this is always, we're always good because our show is a unique blend of humans and a unique blend of culture and ages.
And ages.
Right.
We got younger and
Stop
Clarence.
Stop it. I look good though.
But you got a haircut today. Let me tell you.
You're not old.
Wait.
You're old-ish. You're not old, though.
Season. Got a haircut.
Yes.
Got a haircut today. I'm not gonna call you pretty. I ain't gonna say nothing about it. I'm just gonna say you got a good haircut. There you go.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So here's what Clarence is talking about. And I wish that there's two things that kind of get me. Black people, change the batteries in your smoke detectors.
Yep.
Change the batteries in your smoke.
I just take the battery out.
It's not a
Bro.
lifestyle that just
Bro.
I didn't
you're
take the
not
battery out.
supposed to
There's no-
live
That's not
with
safe.
that beep.
I'm not
okay?
burning up nothing.
Your insurance won't pay if your house burns down. by
You're
the way.
not
If you don't have
supposed to
my-
live.
Take the battery
I
out.
did for 3 years. I just took them all
And
down
what's-
and I
and
put
what's
them in
the
a
other
drawer.
one?
And the second thing is, black people, stop walking around in public on your speakerphone. Put the phone to your ear.
He was doing that while he was parking.
He was doing it in here. We're all sitting
that's
in
the
here
video.
trying to pre-show prep. We're all in here trying to pre-show prep, and he's pacing back and forth with the phone on speakerphone, screaming into
I was
the
not
phone.
screaming. I just talked loud.
Screaming
I was not screaming.
into the phone.
Not screaming. I just talk.
Black
My
people,
voice carries. This is my
stop.
teacher to say.
Just put the phone in your ear. Go
Well, I
in the
don't have
separate
this that
room.
way.
Don't walk around in public
So-
on the speakerphone.
I'm waiting for somebody to buy me some AirPods. Maybe
Okay.
all DLS.
So that's not better because I would like to make an announcement to white people. White people. Just because you have the AirPods in and you can't hear the things around you doesn't mean we can't hear you yelling on the phone while you're in the aisle buying soup.
At Starbucks? At a coffee shop?
Just because you have headphones in doesn't mean we can't hear you being loud as crap while we're just trying to mind our business.
It may be noise canceling for you, but it ain't noise canceling for us.
That's right.
So AirPods don't work. They won't help me out.
You'll probably be even more loud because you won't be able to hear.
He's
you
gonna
won't
have
be able to regulate.
speakerphone.
I got
He's gonna have AirPods in, speakerphone
I
going.
got one good ear, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you guys would like to tell to white people or black people?
But I'm going to stop giving y'all content. He got me, just because I'm paying the meter with my credit card.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Get the app.
Just have the
I
app.
have the app, but I wanted to pay it on my credit card.
You could put the credit card
I
on the
wanted
app.
to well, I guess I could do that.
Yeah. Let me knock
But I
out
had
the
a
super
different
chat.
car.
We got a super chat from Shroyd. Just says appreciate your work. Well, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Troy.
And we also have a super
Shroyd?
chat from Jeff
Shroyd.
Heath is the GOAT.
Shout out to Jeff Heath.
That says no I, double I, and pocket change Paulie. That's a character I used to do. Which non-D lineman has the best pass rush motor? Could Zim use them as a rusher on passing downs, like Overshown off the edge or
Yes.
J. Lou
Yeah.
blitzing? Thoughts? Here, Aisha's sitting on
Oh, she's jumping in?
Come over here. Just come,
Yeah.
just come
Take
around.
over
Here,
here.
just come on.
Can you bring my glasses next time?
Which one do you want? You want that one?
I can see the chat.
Yes. Marion Overshown on the draft show when we had the linebacker coach come in and talk to us the day of the draft, he mentioned that they envision him doing some things off the edge. I think we will see that if you need to generate pass rush from somewhere else. But I also will say, don't sleep on Chauncey Golston going back to edge. I think he has the opportunity to be a key edge on this team as well. He can stop the run, but he has some violence as a pass rusher.
I do think J. Lou's a good blitzer too.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
yeah.
they go-
Yes,
they go
Jay
blitz.
Lou's a
You got
good
that
blitzer.
dog?
Donovan Wilson.
Don
Overshawn,
Wilson,
yeah,
yeah.
Wilson's gonna blitz. Overshawn will be a blitzer, and he's gonna get in the back. He's athletic, side to sideline. 1-3, 1-3,
He's got great arm
1-3. I
bands.
tried to tell y'all yesterday. 1-3,
There you go.
1-3 is gonna get it done.
Thank you.
I was gonna. It's funny. I'm glad you're here.
I got you.
I'm glad you jumped in because I was gonna tell you to bring my glasses because I can't see the chat.
I
Yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah.
I
Help him out.
So she,
I can see it. It's. I won't lie.
no, it's
Kind of tough.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Get him his glasses to see if there's anything here.
Wow.
Did you sign up for your vision benefits?
Oh yeah, did you
Oh,
get
yeah,
your vision benefit?
He got his insurance going.
I was reading this thing in The Athletic because I like when they do polls. I like polls
Good
and
poll.
surveys. Jesse, don't.
I want to see the chat.
I like surveys. I like surveys. And so they went around, and this is agents. So this is the people that Clarence is talking to way too many all the time and can't even
You
get a
gotta talk
damn
to
nap in.
agents.
On speaker in public.
Yeah, I'm speaker in public. Which is the best run franchise in the NFL according to NFL agents? The answer is a two-way tie. between teams in the NFC. Are the Cowboys one of those two teams?
No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. No, it's the Eagles and the 49ers. Then the Chiefs and the Packers. Then the Vikings, Steelers, Ravens, Dolphins. The Cowboys got 0 votes.
Yeah, but are they
What?
relying on what the Eagles were last year or the year before that? Because
No, they're just saying who the best run.
what they taking us? Oh, the best run. Like,
Yes.
Hey, quick,
No,
quick,
yeah.
quick
Run,
sidebar.
run.
Yeah, no, not like run,
Is
run,
that the
run,
real
but like
Ocho Cinco?
run.
Like, there's no way that's the real Ocho Cinco in the chat. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, not the real. Ocho, what are you doing?
No. And then, so the next question was, which is the most unstable franchise? Did the Cowboys get any votes for that one?
100%.
They did, but not the most. Panthers,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Raiders.
Well, their owner is unstable. You never know what tempers.
When you're throwing beers at fans mid-game, it's not great.
Not great at all.
Who did Panthers, Raiders, 1-2, and then tied for third? Cowboys.
Go.
Bronze.
Gotta win in something.
The
Browns.
the third most unstable franchise. And then the only other thing I cared about in here was there's a bunch of stuff where people were talking crap about Jerry being silly. But they specifically did a Dak thing. Will the Cowboys and Dak agree to a contract extension? This is from agents, NFL agents. 18 say yes, 13 say no. So just kind of flipped it. What do you?
I was reading the chat. I was laughing at the chat.
What did the chat say?
Clarence goes to the shooting range with his musket. I mean, stop it. Stop the hate, people. Musket. I mean,
He's got his musket. He's got his bow and arrow. He's got I Love Lucy in the background.
That's cute. Why y'all taking shots? Y'all
So you
open this,
fire-
everybody taking shots at me.
Clarence, how does the musket work? You fire the shot, and then you got to pack stuff
Yeah,
in the back.
you gotta
You
pack
pour
it in
there and pack it back in there.
No. What you're not saying is like our producer Kat, you petty too because she gonna put it up on the screen.
Where
My
everybody.
musket, my Bible in one hand, my musket in the other.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
going to the war.
Okay.
Shedeur Sanders, 2025. He had a great game last night.
Shedeur was
You
great.
can say what you want about Dion, Colorado, no defense.
Shedeur
The
can play.
dude is poised.
Shedeur can play.
I mean,
He can throw.
and
He
that's
can
the
move.
thing about it is people think the quarterbacks who play on these great teams, have these great athletes around them, the great offensive linemen, make it the best pros. No, it's the quarterbacks who have to scuffle in college, who have to avoid rushes and stuff like that. That's how you find who can be a great pro because you're not going to have a perfect situation in the pros. And sure, Shedeur Sanders, what he's dealing with that offensive line and stay poised, getting the ball downfield, watch out.
I'll watch out, but I'm gonna watch out for Travis Hunter first.
Oh, no.
Dude.
I'm just talking about the quarterback.
Oh, no, yeah.
Because Dak ain't going to be here, right?
That's
And
right.
Everybody's talking about Shedeur the Cowboys.
Well, is Shedeur going to beat Jameis? That's the question I want.
Well, you got to have a bridge quarterback. Jameis is a bridge quarterback.
Jameis is
Bridge.
okay, but that's a bad. You want your. There's things you want with your bridge.
I understand.
Yeah, like I don't want Jameis teaching my young quarterback how to play the game. Where he's like, look,
listen,
here's the thing. This play
motivation.
is called Z post, so the Z is running a post, and I'm gonna throw to him no matter what.
Nobody gets
And
better
then, like, that's
motivational
not what we're
speeches in the
gonna
locker room.
Huh?
Nobody
Better?
gets better motivational
Better?
speakers.
I do love his
Speeches.
speeches. Like
But
I don't know.
are they good?
The one he
They're
did.
good to me.
Yeah, good for us. But if you're in the locker room,
the one he did the other day before a preseason game, talking about. Remember we used to go to CC's Pizza.
he's sponsored
After
by
the game.
CC.
I love CC's.
Remember yo
Never
after the
been.
game we go to. Who thinks about you're in the NFL? Everybody's worried about no CC's.
The
Pizza.
Spanish
He probably
pizza
had
is
it last
elite.
night.
If
Huh?
CC's is listening and is looking to sponsor a broadcast, we're in.
Listen, I used to take my kids to CC's after soccer games.
Remember when it used to be
And they just
$2.99?
pile all the food on top.
Is this an ad read?
No.
I'm just saying, we're just talking about Jameis.
I'm also open to Papa John's, Domino's Pizza, King Pizza.
How about Popeyes?
I love Popeyes.
Dude, Popeyes is good.
I love Popeyes.
Jesse,
You know what you're gonna get?
Like a Popeyes,
Poor
Jesse.
service, maybe a messed up order.
He's just terrible.
I can't keep it on. Why is it okay to say Papa John's, not Popeyes? Jesse, because I'm black. I can't say chicken.
Jeff
What?
went to Popeyes after
I
work
went to Popeyes
yesterday.
yesterday.
And Jesse, like,
Now you
Jesse,
wanna say-
Jesse dropped his head. Damn.
Look, now Kroger, can you sponsor watermelon for us too? Right? There's chicken and watermelon around for everybody.
Don't do that.
White
Oh my
people
God.
like
Jesse
mayonnaise.
dropped his head.
I
Hey,
like
what's
mayonnaise.
white people food?
Mayo on hot dogs. Y'all know.
And why did
Potato
you?
salad with raisins.
Okay, see, you got way better
And almonds.
stereotypes.
Yeah,
Your stereotypes are way
yeah,
tastier.
the trail mix
Pumpkin
stuff.
pie.
I don't like trail mix.
I hate white
Not the
people
trail
stuff.
mix, the doggy chow.
Thanks
Doggy
for stopping
chow is
by,
white-
everyone. Make sure to catch us next week. Make sure you're subscribed.
Maybe.
Yeah,
We'll be
maybe.
here.
Make sure you're subscribed. Mash the thumbs up. We'll be back next week. Aisha, oh, you got up by your seat. I thought you were going to need help.
No, see you in Atlanta. See you in Atlanta.
Remember,
Hang out.
you have
I'll
no
let
idea
you-
what anyone's going through, especially us. So be cool to everyone. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.